What would be a good way to come into this one?
Um, just to say hi to the folks at home, and to welcome them to what is our vodcast that we like to do weekly. It's a wonderful little thing called Up Late with Glenn and Chloe, and you're Glenn and I'm Chloe.
You
You
said that
know,
as if we've started.
I just figured lean into it.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Lean in. We are a little vodcast that we like to do. We are kind of like a spin-off from the Good Movie Monday podcast that is hosted by yourself and Ben, which is an awesome little thing that everyone should listen to on a Monday.
Well, of course, like I implore everybody to listen to the Good Movie Monday podcast. It's the best podcast around.
That's what I've been saying.
And I always like to start these videos by spruiking it, and there's no better episode than to listen to than Monday's just gone, because Ben is not around. He's off doing Monster Fest things, and so Melzy stepped in for him. She co-hosted the whole show with me, and she was fucking amazing. And I mean, we were really in her wheelhouse because we were talking about Christmas horror movies, right? So
Oh, wow.
that's what Melzy loves the most. And anyone that's listened to the show will discover that Melzy and I, we met over a particular Christmas horror movie, right?
Oh.
So there's a movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5. And Melzy and I, that's the matchmaking movie for us. So I saw her comment on a post on someone else's post about that movie. And I figured I was the only person on earth that knew that or loved that movie as much and watched it every year. So I messaged her, and now she's on the podcast, and now we're mates, and it's great. And to celebrate that matchmaking movie, we had the star of that film on the podcast talking to us. So
Wow.
yeah, and
That's awesome.
He was blown away by the fact that his film had that effect. His name's Brian Bremer, and yeah, go and listen to it. And actually, last night, Tuesday night, the video of the chat dropped as well, just on its own on YouTube and Facebook. So go and check that out because it's a fantastic chat. It's really good.
Yes, do. And for people who may be just joining us and don't know a lot about Mel, she's a powerhouse, guys. She's freaking amazing, and you will love her.
And she is dressed in Christmas from head to toe with a little antler type of holly things on her head, and she is just going at it maximum. And yeah, she didn't know I was going to invite her to do the interview with me because we pre-record we pre-record the interviews ahead of time. And so yeah, the fact that she got to sit in on that conversation and talk to him when she's secretly in love with him, it was just the best.
That's awesome. That's
yes,
so great.
And we both know I've been waiting for that moment for you with Justin Long. So one day
it's never gonna come. It will never come.
One day it will. I mean, Melzy would have said that about Brian Bremer. So
yeah, well, fair enough. I mean, I would piss my pants and cry at the same time. So if you're not recording that day, that would be quite a disappointment to the people. Oh, you've got another mug that's the size of your face this week.
Well, I figured this time I'd go width.
Yes. Oh my God.
I should have put like a face on it.
What's that movie? Isn't there a movie with the cover in his or is it like an apple in front of his face? There's something in front of his face. Do you know what? No? Don't know what I'm talking about? No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I probably just made it up.
This is a huge mug.
Yes.
And once again, it holds about 2 cups of tea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just chuck a bunch of tea bags into a bowl and start drinking.
Because in case you haven't noticed, my throat still hasn't healed after my COVID experience. So
well, to be fair, you do sound a lot better.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I am a lot better, but I still have those random coughing fits. But anyway, nobody needs to know that shit. It's been a huge week in movie trailers.
Has there? I have been so sort of away from my phone this week that I haven't even had a chance to look. So please tell me.
Okay, well, the 2 big ones, the 3 big ones actually. We can't do this episode without talking about the new Indiana Jones trailer.
Yes. Okay, I haven't seen the trailer, but I did see the photos.
So,
yes. And it got its name revealed, didn't it?
Yes, but what frustrated me with that, and I'm delighted with the name. I think it's great. It's called Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. All right.
That sounds so good. It sounds
fantastic
so
name.
good.
Fantastic name. But what frustrated me was about 3 months ago, Lucasfilm revealed that the actual official title for this one is just going to be Indiana Jones. They're not going to have a subtitle, right?
Yeah, we had a conversation about this.
Exactly. And so there've been different forums and message boards of people going, what's the name going to be? And here's me coming in going, well, they're just going to call it Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So, Dial of Destiny it is. But
Dial
the
of
trailer
Destiny
is wonderful. It is Indiana Jones that we all know and love. It is from the very looks of it, aside from the de-aging stuff, which is mint, by the way, it's very practical. You know, everything looks real. Everything is, you know, him there doing that, you know.
Yes.
There's a great shot. There's a great shot of him over a little bridge inside a cave with running water under, like a river underneath him. And it's like, that's a fucking soundstage. That is a real running river right there. And yeah, it's just exciting. And I think
I'm going to watch it as soon as we stop recording. I'm going to go watch it. I'm so excited.
I'm confident that it's going to nip in the bud people's concerns since the Crystal Skull. You know, how many people hated that movie and me being the only lone defender. But I also suspect it's going to acknowledge it still. Like, it's not going to erase it from the canon.
I don't expect it to be honest.
Yeah.
And in fact, I half expect it to make fun of it in a way and like
I don't even know if it'll make fun of it. I think, personally speaking, I mean, I don't think they're embarrassed by it at all. I don't think like Steven Spielberg or George Lucas are embarrassed by that movie. I think they're quite proud of it. I just don't think they expected it to be lampooned. And I've got my reasons for why I think people make fun of it, and I've written about it all over the internet, so I'm not going to go into that now. But I think they'll acknowledge it just as if it was the previous entry, like it was a storyline, and it's one of Indiana's many adventures.
Okay, I hope.
But regardless, the new one, you know, it just looks so freaking amazing.
I'm excited to watch it. But yes, I did see something about it, and I'm so pumped. And
I've watched it. I've watched it about 7 or 8 times.
I'm sure you have.
And because I don't usually do that with trailers, but this one really got me intrigued, and I wanted to look at the details and see what's going on in the background.
And you and teaser trailers, you don't particularly love teaser trailers.
Well, I hope this is the only trailer. Like, I don't want another trailer. This gives you enough.
There probably will be.
There will be, particularly now that it's Disney in charge of this stuff, right?
Yeah,
but it's a good enough trailer to give you what you need to know and nothing more. I was going to add something to that, and I've forgotten, so don't worry about that. We'll move on. But yes, I'm excited. And the other one was Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Very good trailer. I was not a fan of part 2. I adored part 1. This one does look like it's cut from part 1's cloth. It does look like it's a return to form.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I haven't seen number 2, but I did really enjoy number 1.
Number 2 had so many wonderful moments, but I think it was just a case of fatigue. It just outstayed its welcome, became very, it was boring. Just, you know, we've seen it all before in the first movie. You know,
I have seen number 2.
With Kurt Russell?
Yeah, I have seen number 2. Yeah, see, that's how much it made an impact.
And then remember Kurt Russell like had his own like planet that he lived on and all that. Like, it was just, I thought it was just dumb. Whereas this one does look like it makes a little more sense and goes back to the origins. And the other one, which does not do anything for me, but everybody seems to salivate over, is the new Transformers trailer.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of hope, seeing as how the sequels didn't like hold up in my eyes. But I mean, I could be wrong.
What I will give credit to with this trailer is that it does look like it's stripping things back and going back to basics, like the first movie, like a simple story. It doesn't appear to be that convoluted or complex, and yeah, I mean, for a Transformers movie, number 1's the only one I've ever enjoyed, and this does look, or Bumblebee. I like Bumblebee, but that was a spin-off or prequel, whatever. But
yeah, that was the one with what's her face, wasn't it?
Yeah, what's her face? And yeah, and this one just looks like it's going back to some, you know, basics.
Is this the one with the animals where they transform into
yes,
animals?
that's yes, because it's a crossover with the Beast Wars. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, I see. So I was kind of thinking like, oh, are they really like taking after Kong already? Like,
no.
Really?
So the whole point of this, and this was a long time coming, was they're opening up what's called the Hasbro universe. So
okay.
Hasbro did a whole lot of toy lines that turned into cartoons, and they all crossed over in cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons and all that. So the crossovers eventually, when this universe opens up, will be Beast Wars
Mm-hmm.
Transformers, which is this first
Mm-hmm.
movie. G.I. Joe is part of
I
it.
was gonna say G.I. Joe, yeah. Even
There
though
is
they've already made a few of those, haven't they?
Yeah, but the last one they did was a re-imaging anyway. Like they could just start fresh and
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
that's like what they did with like the King Kong movies. They ignored the Peter Jackson one and just started fresh
Did
and
their own. Yeah, fair
yeah,
enough.
which was a smart move. But anyway, so it's the Hasbro universe. It's the first of the crossovers, and that's exciting because as a kid of my generation, Beast Wars was pretty awesome.
Okay. I remember watching Transformers, but that's the only kind of one I was really into, which is
Yeah,
why I watched the sort of original one.
yeah,
But yeah, exciting.
it is a bit exciting. I mean, I don't care for that. Transformers. Whatever. Like, I just know there's people out there that enjoy it. So, but
Yeah.
that's two Spielberg kind of trailers this week because he produced the Transformer films and he's
Oh, there you go.
behind the Indiana Jones as producer on this one.
Oh, he's just amazing. He's just
He's pretty
wonderful.
cool, and he's got his new film, the what is it, the Fablemans coming out in a
Yeah,
couple of weeks.
I haven't done myself the favor of watching that trailer either, even though I've seen it pop up a few times.
It will light up your world
Oh, really?
because it's a celebration of cinema. It's his own biopic directed by him. I mean, how
Oh,
many people get to direct their own story?
only Steven Spielberg.
I've never heard of it before, right? Like,
Only.
yeah. And so he's like, my story is pretty amazing. I was given a camera when I was a toddler. I started making movies when I was like 6. Amblin, the company, is named after the movie Amblin I made when I was a teenager. Like,
Wow.
and so it's his story from childhood, and I don't know how far Fablemans is going to go. Probably up till Jewel or Jaws or something like that, when he becomes a household name. But yeah, that trailer. If you are a cinephile, if you love cinema and movies mean everything to you, then this trailer it's a wet dream.
Oh, see, I didn't even realize that's what it was. So
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
You just opened my eyes to these all new things, Glenn. It's amazing.
I can't wait for that one. I really can't. And yeah, anyway.
Anyway, speaking of new things, I watched a few new movies this week.
Holy shit, I love this.
I know.
I love this.
It never happens.
I love this.
So, first and foremost, I had to do The Lost City, obviously.
The Lost City.
Is that what it's called? With
Yeah, is this the Sandra Bullock one?
Sandra Bullock. Yeah, it's fun.
It is what it is.
It's fun.
Has some moments.
I like Channing Tatum's bum. And I like Daniel Radcliffe, and I love Sandra Bullock.
Brad Pitt was great too.
Oh my god, he got shot in the head so good. So good.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Jesus fucking hell.
Sorry. It was great. Other than that, it was fine. And I watched another one, but the other new one that I watched was Operation Mincemeat.
Yes.
Which I really, really liked. I really enjoyed it. I feel like there was some unnecessary storylines going on that really didn't have anything to do with the story, and that were added for no particular reason.
I've had this conversation with people. I've not seen the film yet. I was sick again once when that screening happened, so I didn't get to go to it. But I believe the problems with all of those subplots and whatnot were they were just trying too hard to adapt the novel.
Oh, okay.
Right, because the novel is quite complex and convoluted, and I think they probably could have thrown away a few of those subplots just for the movie. So that's probably why.
Yeah, they definitely could have. I really enjoyed it otherwise. I thought it was written really well. But yeah, I just thought a couple of those plot lines could have gone. And I also rewatched Ferris Bueller because why not?
Is that because of our conversation last week?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It's a great movie in every way, shape, and form.
It really is. It really is. And I think it even sort of unintentionally sparked my love of the Red Wings. The Red Wings.
Yeah.
Because, of Cameron, obviously, and then I lived in Michigan, and I just love the Red Wings.
Bada, shawing, bada. Give it, shawing, bada.
I didn't know what that was until my mum showed me that clip as well. So, and then when I was quoting that at school and nobody had any idea what I was talking about,
he'll keep calling me
my role as the weird girl.
He'll keep calling me till I come over. He made me feel guilty. Okay, I'll go. I'll just go. I could fucking let's just start.
It's a
Let's
good
start that movie.
impression.
Let's
It's not
start
an
that movie
impression.
from the opening frame, and let's just talk the movie through all the way to the end.
You'll be talking by yourself because I can't quote that one quite yet.
Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
Oh my god, is it your kidneys?
My favorite line in the whole movie is, and remember, we were talking about this a while ago because they're doing a new movie that takes place off to the side of Ferris Bueller, and
Oh yeah,
it's about those two garage guys that take the car off for a joyride, and
yeah,
it's going to be their
That's
adventure.
right.
My favorite line in the movie, which I may have said on that episode, is when he goes up to one of them and says, "Do you speak English?" And the guy goes, "What country do you think this is?" And it's the best. As a kid, that tickled me.
I should have added that into my obscure quotes
Oh
that I
yeah,
could have quoted you.
you could throw in a few Ferris Bueller ones, but we're at that halfway mark. Let's play some games. Fuck whatever else there is in news.
What
I'll tell you what.
news?
I'll tell you what we won't be doing. We won't be doing any more music related trivia because
I was wondering where all those
YouTube
clips
blocked it.
went.
YouTube blocked it. I don't know if Facebook did. I think Facebook let them slide. But yeah, YouTube was not friendly to us.
Rude.
It was rude. I should have
Great
just
game.
It was a great game. And what fucking pisses me off every time this happens, because it's happened on the show before with the songs we play, we have a license to play these things. We pay a fucking license to APRA to be able to play these things on the show, on these episodes. It's usually Facebook, but YouTube, they just they think they're bigger than everyone else. And no matter if you've got a right to play this, they'll forbid it.
It's just rude. You should start humming them. You can hum them, yeah?
Well, you don't want me to sing them.
You can sing them. I would love that. Please. All right, what are we doing? You tell me.
I thought I was going to sing. Okay, no. I've got taglines, I've got trivia, I've got movie opposites, and I've got true or false.
All right. Well, I have badly explained plot lines, a couple of would you rathers, and I went back to my obscure movie quotes and added some more.
All right. Well, you just start where you want to start. We haven't done the bad movie descriptions for a while. Mind you, I've not written any down, so you'll be on your own with that one.
All right, I can do a few.
Okay, and I suck at these.
These just came out of nowhere, so I apologize if they really are badly explained. All right, I'll go for my first one. So, a bunch of odd-looking characters fight over the decision to destroy a piece of jewelry or hand it over to the bad guy.
It's not Dark Crystal.
No.
Oh, it's Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Yeah. Which Dark Crystal's inspired by.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen it. I think it really kind of creeped me out when I was younger.
It's got elflings and all that. It's very much
Yeah.
a Middle Earth type of story. It is a freaky movie, but tell you what, it's a marvelous movie.
Definitely a cult classic.
Yeah, throw me another one.
All right. Misfits, gym heads, and BDSM enthusiasts, among others, play with their balls for glory and money.
Well, you're talking about Dodgeball again.
Yeah.
You've got Dodgeball on your mind lately, sister.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie. All right, last one. An outer space flora takes an orphan. Oh, fuck me. An outer space flora makes an orphan his bitch.
That is, what's the name of it? Is it the one with Meryl Streep and Seth Rogen? No, not Seth Rogen. Jonah Hill. I didn't catch the second word. What was the second?
I was going to say, did you hear what I said?
Well, the end of that movie I'm talking about, you know, that political one where it's like Jennifer Lawrence and the end scene, they're on another planet. Yeah, Don't Look Up. And at the end, they're on another planet with all that fauna and...
Yes.
And
no.
Anyway. Okay.
No. An outer space flora makes an orphan his bitch.
Flora?
Mm.
Don't even know what the fuck that is. Is that a flower?
Well, flora is nature, fauna is animals, yeah. Or plants.
It's not Swamp Thing. It's not Man Thing. Outer space. It's not Guardians.
No.
I don't know.
Little Shop of Horrors. Little shop, little shop of horrors.
Oh, Seema!
No, 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 no. That was terrible. I need to do better with those ones next week.
No, it wasn't terrible.
So
Just a little bit.
sorry.
Just
I
pretty
squeezed
bad.
dodgeball in there one more time.
I can't dodge that one. They just come at
No,
me.
you cannot.
All right. How about I reckon just some trivia.
Sure, let's go.
Okay, I'm going to start with 2 Christmas themed ones because it's
Fun.
December.
Yes.
Okay, 1990, the movie Clarence, starring Robert Carradine, is a sequel to which classic Christmas movie?
Is that the really famous one? What's it called?
The best one.
Yeah. It's called, I'll tell you what it's called. It is called What a Wonderful Christmas. It's called
I'll tell you what, it's a wonderful movie.
It's a Wonderful Life is what it's
Yes.
called. Yes, that's what the sequel is from. Am I right?
Yeah, that is exactly right. So Clarence was the angel in It's a Wonderful Life that came down and saved George Bailey, and
Okay.
they tell another one of his stories where he comes back to Earth in the 90s and does a similar thing all over again.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not a good movie.
I was going to say.
Well, actually, I need to watch it again. I remember it not being a good movie. All right, second one. I just need to quickly remember where I am. Okay. Director Frank Capra, who did It's a Wonderful Life, on that film, he helped invent a new method of fake movie snow. So, what was the original method of fake movie snow? And for a bonus question, why did they need to change it?
Well, it was asbestos.
No. That was only the Wizard of Oz that did that.
That wasn't like a regular thing?
No, there was another way that they tried to emulate snow that would not have worked for the Wizard of Oz. So I think that's why they introduced asbestos.
Oh, okay. Was it like cut up bits of paper and they chucked it into a fan?
Sort of.
Was it cut up bits of glitter? I don't.
The original method was cornflakes painted white.
Oh man.
Now, why did they need to find another way to do snow?
Because that would take too fucking long.
Well, that's true, but the reason was because it crunches under your feet when you walk.
But so does snow.
Not like cornflakes. Come on.
Wow.
And it would have been like, because It's a Wonderful Life would have been not too long after the silent era. So cornflake snow probably worked very well beforehand. It didn't matter if it crunched or not.
Who has the time to sit there and paint cornflakes? Honestly.
Did they paint them like that, or did they do it like a process? A machine that
All I'm
sprays them?
I'm picturing a little old woman with her little half moon glasses painting like the little model figurines painting the cornflakes.
And I'm
white.
visualizing a guy with goggles with a spray can.
Yeah. That's much more, probably realistic.
All right. Well, that was a dud question. Let's go on to the next one.
It's not a dud question. How did they change it? Did you say how they changed it, or?
No, I don't know what they changed it to. But maybe it was asbestos.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. It was something else. I don't know what. I didn't deep dive into the actual answer.
Well, I never would have guessed cornflakes, so that was a good one.
All right. In Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, what was the flower teacup that Gene Wilder drinks from actually made of? He eats. Remember, he takes a bite.
Oh, he takes a bite. Would it be like fondant?
No.
Chocolate.
No. See, don't forget they couldn't have things like that in the studio because it all melts.
Oh.
Under
the lights. Cardboard.
No, it was wax.
Ew.
So he had to take a bite, do the scene, spit it out.
Ew.
I always thought that teacup looked delicious too.
I'm picturing it now, and yeah, I remember it thinking, oh man, I'd love to take a bite.
Because I believe nearly everything in that room was like horrific to actually, when you think about it.
I wanted to lick the snozberries.
And you know what that is, right?
I mean, someone said something before. I don't want to remember
I
what
think
it
it was
is.
me. Snosberry is a throwback that Roald Dahl put into Willy Wonka from one of his adult fictions that he wrote
Oh,
beforehand. And Snosberries are what you might think they are.
okay.
Because Roald Dahl was a very, very perverted and dirty old man. And
I
his
have no doubt.
adult fiction, when you read his adult fiction, is really macabre and really gruesome, really gory, really cheeky. And so when you read his children's literature with that in mind, there's a whole lot of adult
Oh,
context there. But it's great adult context. It's
it's
fantastic. It's
ruining my childhood.
no, it should make it better. It gives you all that insight.
To be fair, they do still do things like that these days, just in
Yeah.
a different sort of way.
Yeah. All right. How about next one? Last one, and then we'll move on to something else.
Okay.
Return of the King was nominated
Mm-hmm.
for 11 Academy Awards. How many did it win?
One.
Won 11.
That's what I said. 1 plus 10.
Yeah, I didn't
One
give you
and
enough time to
one.
say the second one.
The 1 and 1. That's what I was going to say. I was thinking of the first movie where Ian McKellen was the only one to win the Oscar.
There you go.
Damn
And
it, 11. Wow.
see,
good for
I
them.
always thought that the Return of the King domination at the Oscars was just it was to make up for all of the three films. Like, it wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily Return of the King that won the awards. It was like all of the Lord of the Rings winning the awards. And I thought it's such an odd film to give so many awards, I think it won Best Picture, when it's
Mm.
really just one movie. Anyway.
Yeah, I in my honest opinion, number 2 will always sort of be my favorite.
Yeah.
And I feel like because it definitely featured a lot more of, you know, Merry and
Yep.
Pippin, which
I was
were
about to
who
say
I gravitated towards.
the only reason you love number 2 is because it's their movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, it featured them heavily, and I just loved them as a duo, and I
For
still
me,
love them as a duo. So
for
you
me,
could feel their friendship
yeah, I
beyond
agree.
the movie, you know.
I completely agree, and I understand why you like it. I mean, I like them all, but for me, I can't go beyond Fellowship of the Ring, because that first hour is some of the best world building, character development.
Oh, absolutely.
They could have set the entire movie in the Shire, and I would have been delighted.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Anyway.
And it also introduced us to Legolas, so I mean, we can't forget that.
Yes. What do you want to do now?
Shall I chuck some movie quotes at you and see what we can get?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, look at the dread on your face. Let's do it. All right, let's start you off with an easy one. What about, I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. Is it Bewitched?
What? What?
I don't know that quote.
Imagine me with a long nose and like a pimply face and like more scraggly hair, staring at another one almost similar but in a male version going, I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
I'm not
No?
picturing it. No, what the fuck?
People of TikTok, help me, please. My God, it's the Princess Bride.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course it is.
Lord Almighty. Have mercy on your soul for not getting that one.
Was
I
that
don't like to shame you, Glenn, but
was that Carol Kane and Billy Crystal?
Billy Crystal, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't remember
It was
that line.
always my favorite scene is when they take Wesley to the Magic Man, and it's Billy Crystal, and oh my God, I don't think I ever laughed so hard when I was a kid.
You know, while we're on TikTok, where would you rate that in terms of comedy? Like,
I guess now that we talk about it, I don't know. It's conversation for another day, Glenn. Thanks.
Alrighty, what's the next one?
Go fuck yourself or something.
They're coming for you.
Shut up. All right, what about, you'll know this one. All right. Oh, it's awesome, Jelly Man. The little dudes are just eggs, and we leave them on a beach to hatch, and then cuckoo, they find their way back to the big old blue.
I don't even fucking know that. What the fuck?
What?
I mean, I will know the movie, but I don't know the quote.
Finding Nemo.
Oh, I fucking can't stand that shit. No.
I even did the voice.
Yeah, Blue Crush.
Yeah.
Ah, whatever.
Sweet. Dude.
Yeah, no, I reckon I've seen that twice. Not a fan.
Of Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yep, there you go. Things you learn,
Wow.
hey? Things you learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
we can have a like a Pixar conversation another time. That'll be a great conversation.
One day. One day.
Let's
All
just
right.
right now before we wrap, like we can do some more games though, but what is your favorite Pixar movie?
Oh, come on. I really, 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 really like. What's that one about the emotions?
Oh, Inside Out?
Yes,
That's
I
a good one.
really like that one. That's a wonderful movie.
I'm gonna throw
I
it back and tell you that mine is Bug's Life.
Oh my god, I love that movie. It's so quotable. It's the best. So good.
There we go. There we go.
Butterfly.
We're back on. It's so beautiful. We're back on common ground. Let's do the next one.
Don't go back towards the light. I can't help it. All right, I'll do one last one.
Butterfly. Yeah. What was the next one?
All right, okay. What you've said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That'd be Billy Madison.
Yes. I
Yep.
love that guy.
That guy that delivers that line was one of the original, I believe, one of the original National Lampoon's writers for the magazine.
Really?
Yeah. God,
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
And yeah, and as far as comedy writing goes, I think he was an SNL writer for a long time, and he's a little bit of a genius. Just one of those guys that you just don't know, you know, and he pops up in a character
Yep.
like that, but you're not aware of his, legacy.
And like the delivery is just perfect.
Yeah.
And just everything about it.
The delivery is perfect because the gag setup is this long moment of inspiration where you think, finally, he's done it. He's done it. And then this guy just goes and fucking pisses all over it. It's like, you haven't done it. That was stupid.
And it brings everyone back down to that normal level of reality.
Because doesn't
And it
everyone
brings you out of
cheer?
it.
Everyone cheers for him.
Yeah. It was wonderful. Wonderful.
I love movies like that.
Yeah,
All right.
me too.
All right. We'll wrap up in a minute. Let me throw at you. Would you rather some movie opposites or would you rather some true or false?
I would rather some true or false.
All right, let's do that. I have, I think, 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got 7 of them. This is where I have to do that. Write it down, Glenn. Otherwise,
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
forget what she said. Okay. Alrighty. Are you ready?
Yes.
True or false? Jenny McCarthy and Melissa McCarthy are cousins.
True.
Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci are brother and sister-in-laws.
True.
Pimp and Pee-wee from 2009 is the 4th entry in the Porky's franchise.
False. I have no idea.
Norman the cow from City Slickers was actually the same animal that they served as a steak in The Great Outdoors. True or false?
Oh my god, I hope not. False.
Kensal Green, starring Hugh Grant and Kate Beckinsale, is the little-known sequel to Notting Hill.
What's it called?
It's called Kensal Green.
Little known sequel with Kate Beckinsale. True.
Jennifer Coolidge was in a 90s movie called A Bucket of Blood. True or false?
False.
All right, we're done. You got 3. So, Jenny
I'm getting
McCarthy.
better. I'm getting better.
Jenny McCarthy and Melissa McCarthy are cousins.
Yes.
Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci are brother and sister-in-law because he
Yes.
married her older sister.
Yes.
Pimp and Pee-wee is the fourth entry in the Porky's franchise.
Okay.
A little bit of bonus trivia there. I created the poster for that one. So if you go onto IMDb and look up Pimp and Pee-wee, what you see, it's a pretty simple one, but that's my design.
Put it right here. A little image.
Yep. Thanks for giving me some extra work to do.
Hang on, I'll do it for you.
I wonder if you realize how much trickier that is when you consider TikTok as well as the actual video.
Oh, no, it's backwards.
No, it wasn't backwards to me.
Oh, it's backwards to me. No?
You are backwards. All right, can we move on?
Sure.
I realize I skipped the entire question. We'll come back to it at the end.
Oh, okay.
So, Norman the Cow from City Slickers was not the steak served in Great Outdoors.
Thank
That's
God for
horrendous.
that.
And the Great Outdoors was made first. Anyway,
Oh, there you go.
Kensal Green, starring Hugh Grant and Kate Beckinsale. It's not even a movie. Doesn't exist.
Thank God for that. I'm
But
like, a sequel to Notting Hill? I
But
hope not.
how clever was my question? Because Kensal Green is like the next suburb.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that, but I thought with Hugh Grant and Kate Beckinsale, that sounded quite plausible. And Kensal Green sounds like a fancy place in London, so.
Well, Notting Hill is too. Jennifer Coolidge was in a movie called Bucket of Blood, as was Will Ferrell.
Oh, there you go. Interesting.
So the question I missed out on, let's call it bonus round.
Bonus.
The movie in 1995, Bushwhacked, was supposed to be a direct spin-off from Home Alone. True or false?
Bushwhacked.
With Daniel Stern.
That doesn't even sound like it would be remotely similar.
It is a movie. It does star Daniel Stern, but was it supposed to be a spin-off from Home Alone?
I'm going to say yes. It was
Correct.
supposed to be. Yeah.
Correct. It is a wonderful movie. It's a family movie. He essentially plays his character from Home Alone, like the Wet Bandit, Marv.
Okay.
He's dressed the same, hair's the same, looks identical. The only thing is they just changed his name because at the end of the day, I don't think they could seal the deal to use the character.
Oh, okay.
And the movie, he plays the same. He's a robber, and he's on the run from the cops, and he sort of runs into the wilderness, and then incidentally runs into a group of Boy Scouts. So he takes the Boy Scouts hostage, to negotiate a deal or whatever. But then because they're Boy Scouts, they can outsmart him. They've got all the gadgets and shit. And so it's Home Alone in the bush.
That sounds fun.
It is fun.
Really fun.
And if you watch it and just imagine it's a Home Alone spin-off, it's even better.
Yeah. You can kind of see how the hijinks would coincide.
Yeah, totally. It's a great concept. Boy Scouts and, with, trying to bamboozle a robber.
Smart. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Another fun-filled episode of Up Late with Glenn and Chloe.
So fun. Pimp and Pee-wee.
Yes. Thanks for that.
So sorry.
I'll see you next week, Chloe.
Okay, bye.